Hey guys, it's Bill, FlatBroke Garage. Welcome back to the channel, guys. We're back here in the garage. And I want to say thank you and welcome to all the new subscribers that jumped in during that Nova build. That was really cool. I hope you stick around. I got a bunch of other projects coming up. That's what I want to talk about real briefly. With that Nova gone, I got to get going on my stuff. Now, I got the Falcarino, which is 1970 Falcon. I have the engine out on that. There's a video up on that. That's out being kind of freshened up. I have the engine and transmission and driveline for my 71 Torino GT. That's out being rebuilt. And I'm working on kind of getting some more stuff done on this. You know, we're getting a headliner in. I'm just getting ready to put 3 other projects, and I got to figure out which one to jump onto next. Let me bring in, if you've seen some of the videos, you'll know what the projects are. Each one has its own little unique issues. The one back here is the one I rescued from the junkyard that was my wife's first car. It's the Pontiac Sunbird, which lives back here amongst the trailers and the tractor and the camper shell. But if you haven't seen the videos, this is a 1980, I believe now, Pontiac Sunbird, which is an H-body. So basically, this is a Chevy Monza, and they were based on the Chevy Vega platform. It has the Iron Duke 4-cylinder in it. I got this engine running, driving, all new brakes on it. Has some rust issues from the battery box. Has a lot of wiring issues. The inside of this car was nasty. I mean nasty. But the biggest problem is, if you go back and look at the video, somebody hit a curb or they hit something big. They kind of smashed the floor up. So behind the passenger seat, the whole floor is kind of caved in and smashed up. So I'm going to have to pull all the interior out and try and bend this floor back and weld it all back together. So, and we also have a bad fuel tank. I'm going to have to pull that out. I don't even know if they make fuel tanks for Sunbirds. So that's the next issue we got to do. But all in all, it's a really solid little car, and they're kind of cool looking, like a little poor man Trans Am kind of thing. So, you know, I got that, and I'll show you 2 more that I got. I also got my tractor. My distributor gear broke in this. So I got to fix that. That's a good little tractor. Like I said, the Falcarino, that was a running, driving car. It just needed a freeze plug, so we're freshening that up. And hopefully within a month, that engine should be ready to put back in. So kind of excited about that. I really like this car. It's a fun car to drive. Take you over here to another project I got. This car was given to me by a subscriber, my buddy Brad. And it's a G-body Cutlass. Pretty common car back in the day. Everybody had the old G-bodies. That was also included the Grand National, I believe. But let me show you what we got here. This is a, I think it's a 78 or 79, I can't remember. Cutlass Supreme. It's been repainted. It was originally this kind of weird green, but she's had some body work done. You know, the floors are good. The interior in it's not bad. It's been painted and dyed. But problem is, it's got 2 major problems. First one is these G-bodies, the back frame rails rotted out. So the whole back of the frame is basically, it's just holes. So that needs to be redone. But the major problem is when we got this car, we had a stuck brake and it wouldn't start. So we got the car started, and it's a 260 Oldsmobile, I believe. Which, you know, it's an okay-ish car. But the problem was, when we fired it up, the lifters are clattering. I thought it was lifter noise because it had been sitting a while. And it turns out we started to get an engine light and an oil pressure light. So this car is not building oil pressure. So I don't know what we're going to have to do. If anybody knows of these 260s and oil pressure problems, put it down there in the comments. But it'll start and run. We don't want to run it long because the clattering is getting worse. So this is that project. Kind of breathe this one in, you know. And we'll go see the other one. So the next project that I kind of put on the back burner, I like it a lot, but I've had some problems with it, and it was in a bad spot. We've kind of moved it, but I got to get it out of here. And if you guys have watched the channel before, you might recognize it, but it is my 1968 Jeep J3000 Gladiator. Missing the Gladiator part back there, but it's a 327 Vigilante V8 engine in it. The truck itself is pretty solid. I mean, it's got a little bit of rust in the cab floors, but I actually got this running. Let me put you down here. As you can see, I had this all set up. We had the fuel pump, fuel tank in it, got a new battery. We got it running. I mean, all new ignition. And all of a sudden the starter started melting out on it, and I couldn't figure it out. So I pulled the starter out of it, and the starter that I had, it was toast. We sent it out to be rebuilt, and the Bendix drive was shot. So I bit the bullet. I went and bought another starter. They're pretty pricey for these Vigilante 327s, and I think it was like 300 bucks. So I put a new starter in it, and it started and it died again, and the starter was dragging. Well, it turns out that we pulled the inspection cover. Inside here, rats had made a nest out of like nylon baling twine. And when we cranked it, it just kept winding up more and more. So I created this big kind of plasticky melted ball. It's jammed into the clutch, and right now it's kind of dragging the engine down. So I could haul this one in, and like I said, the engine looks brand new. I pulled the valve covers. I'm kind of leaning towards this one, but we got to pull the transmission out of it, which is a wore out 3-speed, and kind of dig all that out and see what's binding all that up. And I'm pretty sure it's just wire and twine and old tarp. But but there's another project. I mean, it ain't bad. You know, it's missing some glass, but yeah, you know, it's a decent truck. I got a new ignition switch in it. I mean, I threw some money at this. I think these are cool. I just need a bed or a flatbed or something for it. I think we should be able to find some kind of a pickup truck bed here somewhere. Well, there you have it, guys. Those are kind of my choices. Kind of put it down in the comments if you're interested to see one or the other get done. Or not done, just kind of leaning towards the Jeep, just because I already have so much invested in it. And it's the closest one to being like roadworthy. So Sunbird, I'd say, is a close second. The Cutlass, I don't know, that oil pressure thing, it's clattering pretty bad. So I don't know, that one may just be. So that's where we sit. I think I know which one I'm going to use, but you know, we'll see. We got to kind of weigh the prices, how much this is all going to cost. So I'm going to kind of look up and see what each car needs, kind of run the prices on it, because I am FlatBroke Garage and I am still working on my Torino. So, and like I said earlier, I am going to get a video of it up, but it's just slow going. I'm putting in sound deadener, and I put in some windows. It's, you know, you guys would be like, fast forward. But what I do want to offer, because a lot of people asked about the Mountain Dew bottles. We got these 4 Mountain Dew bottles from the 80s that came out of the Junkyard Nova. Now I want to give these things away, along with some Attempted Auto stickers, and I think I got some FlatBroke Garage stickers. I'm going to throw them in there. So, trying to figure out how to give them away. I don't know. So I guess the best thing I can do, it might be fair, unfair, I don't know. But the first 4 emails I get that say the name of that Nova, that we named it. Not Junkyard Nova, but we gave it a name. So the first 4 emails I get with the name of the Nova and the address where to send the bottles and stickers, first 4, I will ship them out to you for free. They will be yours. I don't care if you live in Nashville or Prague. I'm just going to send them out. So the first 4 emails to this email address right here, we'll get it out to you. I mean, what the heck? A giveaway from the FlatBroke guy. And last but not least, I would just like to say thank you to everybody that subscribed to my channel. This is my first full year. I'm blown away by how much it's grown and all the comments I get. Like, I get comments from all over the world. And it's crazy to me, you know, that like somebody in South Africa is commenting and a guy from England answers. But yeah, so, you know, thank you. I'm very humbled and appreciative of all you guys that subscribed. And if you haven't, please do. I would appreciate it. Or if not, just like a thumbs up thing. It like helps the algorithm thing. Also, I'd like to say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays from myself, Mrs. FlatBroke Garage, and Roy the dog. I will be back next year. We will have one of those 3 projects in here working on it. Not to really make it great, just make it less worse. And we'll just piddle around on it, get something going or moving, and just improve on it a little bit. Kind of while I'm waiting for other parts. So stick with me. I'll see you next year. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you later. Bye.